When did you first realize that you were blue?
A friend that hadn't seen me in a while came by and asked me what I'd done to myself. Blue people are people that are noticeably different.
Families come in all shapes and sizes, but some are so unique, so downright unbelievable that they defy everything we think we know about what makes a family. From a woman who gave birth to 69 children in the 17th century, to the Ulas family known to walk on all fours much like animals do, these are the world's 15 most unusual families, and their stories only get stranger with time. We're taking you on a wild journey from their jaw-dropping pasts to their even more shocking lives in 2025. Number 15. The Vasilia Family. Imagine giving birth to not 1, not 5, but 69 children. That's exactly what a woman named Valentina Vasiliev from Russia is said to have done in the 17th century, a time when healthcare was basic and childbirth was risky. Yet, this woman's story continues to amaze people centuries later. Valentina was the first wife of Fyodor Vasiliev, a peasant from Shuya, a town in Russia. According to historical reports, she gave birth to 69 children, a feat no other woman in recorded history has matched. What's even more mind-blowing is how these births happened. She had 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets. All of these multiple births occurred naturally, as modern fertility treatments didn't exist at the time. Despite living in a time with limited medical support, poor living conditions, and the daily struggles of 18th century life, most of Valentina's children reportedly survived. The family not only endured, but became a symbol of extraordinary human possibility and resilience. This unbelievable story of motherhood continues to spark curiosity. How did one woman's body manage to carry and care for so many children? How did they all live under one roof? And how did she handle the chaos, the noise, and the constant demands of such a massive household? Valentina's story is not just a record-breaking tale. It's a fascinating glimpse into the strength and capability of a woman who lived in a world very different from ours. It leaves us wondering, what does this say about human potential when the odds are stacked so high? Let's dive into the details of a family that walks on all fours. Number 14. The Ulas Family. In a quiet, rural corner of Turkey, there lives a remarkable family that has captured the attention of scientists around the world. Known as the Ulas Family, they are not famous for wealth or fame, but for something far more unusual and thought-provoking. Some of their members walk on all fours, using both their hands and feet to move around, much like animals do. This rare and fascinating way of walking isn't a result of injury or choice. It's due to a unique genetic condition that has puzzled experts for years. Scientists believe this condition may hold important clues about how humans evolved to walk upright. By studying the Ulas family, researchers are beginning to question long-held ideas about human development and the role genetics play in shaping how we move. What makes this story even more intriguing is the fact that, despite their unusual gait, members of the family go about their daily lives, caring for animals, helping around the house, and living within their tight-knit village community. Their ability to adapt and function in society, even with such a rare condition, is a testament to human resilience. The case of the Ulas family raises deep and fascinating questions. Could their way of walking be a glimpse into how our distant ancestors moved before standing upright? Is this condition a window into an earlier stage of evolution? Or does it reveal something new altogether about the flexibility of the human body and brain? Their story is not just a scientific mystery. It's also a deeply human one. It reminds us that even the rarest conditions can reveal powerful truths about who we are, where we come from, and how incredibly adaptable the human spirit can be. Up next is a family from Africa. What is unusual about them? Let's find out. Number 13, the Ugandan family with Microephille. In a quiet, humble village tucked away in the heart of Uganda, a mother's strength is being tested in ways most of the world cannot imagine. She is raising children born with microcephaly, a rare medical condition where babies have unusually small heads and often experience delays in their growth, learning, and everyday abilities. In many places, this alone would be overwhelming. But in her village, where access to healthcare is limited and understanding of such conditions is even scarcer, the challenges are much deeper. The family faces not just the emotional and physical demands of caring for special needs children, but also the heavy weight of community judgment. Whispers follow them. Some believe the condition is a curse, others avoid them entirely. The stigma is painful, but this mother chooses to rise above it all. Refusing to be defeated by silence or shame, she turns to the one place where her voice can't be ignored: the internet. With a simple mobile phone and a courageous heart, she shares the intimate details of their daily life. Some days are full of joy and small victories, like a child learning to hold a spoon or say a new word. Other days are hard, filled with medical visits, tears, and worry. Yet, she tells each story with honesty and hope. Through photos, short videos, and heartfelt posts, she educates people about microcephaly, challenges stereotypes, and builds a community of support beyond her village borders. Her story spreads across social media, touching hearts worldwide. She becomes more than a mother. She becomes a voice for the voiceless, a symbol of love, resilience, and the quiet power of storytelling in changing how we see disability, motherhood, and courage in the face of hardship. The next family is probably the largest family on Earth. Let's dig into the details of this large family. Number 12, the Chana Family. Imagine living under one roof with nearly 200 family members. That was the extraordinary reality for Chana, a man from the northeastern part of India who became world famous for having one of the largest living families on Earth. Ziona was the proud head of a gigantic household made up of 39 wives, 94 children, and 33 grandchildren, all sharing the same home, a 4-story building with more than 100 rooms. Their home, located in the Indian state of Mizoram, wasn't just big. It was like a village in itself. Despite the massive number of people, the family managed to live in surprising harmony. Everyone had a role to play, and daily life was organized like clockwork. The older children helped with chores, the women took turns cooking for the entire family, and the family even grew their own food and raised livestock. They barely relied on outsiders. This self-sufficient lifestyle became a symbol of unity, teamwork, and traditional values. The fascinating setup drew attention far beyond India. Tourists and journalists from all over the globe visited to see how such a large family could live together peacefully. People were curious to know how decisions were made, how they managed food, and how they kept things orderly. What they found was more than just a crowded house. They discovered a story of cooperation, discipline, and a unique way of life. Chana's family wasn't just big in number. It was rich in culture, structure, and commitment. Their way of life showed the world that with order, respect, and shared goals, even the most unimaginable living arrangements can work beautifully. His story continues to inspire conversations around the world about family, tradition, and the endless possibilities of human connection. Have you heard about the most united dwarf family? Who are they? Where are they from? Let's dig into the details of this rare family. Number 11. The Choan Family. In the lively, historic city of Hyderabad, India, there lives an extraordinary family that has captured the attention and admiration of people across the country. The Chohans, affectionately known as the Dwarf Family. Among the 11 members of this close-knit household, an incredible 9 have a rare genetic condition called achondroplasia, the most common cause of dwarfism. Achondroplasia affects about 1 in every 25,000 births. It often happens by chance, but in some families, it is passed down through generations, just like in the case of the Chohans. Their family has become one of the largest known groups in the world, where dwarfism has been inherited from parent to child. This rare genetic thread has not only shaped their bodies, but also knit them together in a bond of shared experience and unshakable strength. Although they face many daily challenges, including being stared at in public, being misunderstood, and dealing with limited access to certain opportunities, the Chohans move forward with dignity and joy. What makes them remarkable isn't just their appearance, but their powerful spirit, love for one another, and determination to live life fully. The parents work tirelessly to care for the family, setting examples of hard work and perseverance. The children go to school like others their age, take part in household chores, and live active lives. Together, the Chohans have chosen to turn their story into something greater. They've become voices for awareness, breaking down stereotypes, and helping others understand that being different doesn't mean being less. In a society that often judges by appearance, the Chohans remind us that true greatness isn't measured in inches, but in courage, unity, and the ability to rise above the odds together. Another family gets admired for an unusual trait that makes them different from the others. Who are they? Let's dive into the details. Number 10. The Pybald Family. In a world where many people grab attention with the latest trends, celebrity status, or bold personalities, there's one family that stands out for a truly unique and mesmerizing reason. Known affectionately as the Pybald Family, they are admired not for their clothes or fame, but for something far more rare and captivating. A natural pattern of black and white that graces their hair and skin like strokes from a divine artist's brush. This striking appearance is caused by a rare condition called Pybaldism, a genetic trait that affects how the body produces pigment. Normally, our skin, hair, and eyes get their color from special cells called melanocytes. But in people with Pybaldism, certain areas of the body are missing these pigment cells completely. The result? Bold white patches of skin and beautifully bright, snowy streaks of hair, often right in front, like a crown, standing in vivid contrast to their natural coloring. Many confuse Pybaldism with vitiligo, but they are quite different. Vitiligo often develops slowly over time, with patches spreading as a person ages. Pybaldism, however, is present from birth and stays relatively unchanged throughout life. What truly sets this family apart, though, is not just their rare genetics, it's how they embrace it. Rather than hiding or being shy about their look, they wear it with joy and confidence. To them, these white patterns are not imperfections, but beautiful birthmarks of heritage and pride. Their skin tells a story, passed from one generation to the next, a living, breathing family legacy. In their presence, you're reminded that real beauty doesn't follow the usual rules. Sometimes, it's painted by nature herself, right into our genes, making the ordinary extraordinary. Let's dive into the unusual story of a family that is based in Texas, but willingly boycotts the modern world. Number 9. The Gray Family. For over 15 years, the Gray family made a bold and unusual choice to completely step away from the modern world and live life on their own terms. Tucked away on a sprawling 47-acre farm in rural Texas, they created a life far removed from the noise, rules, and routines of regular society. Choosing to identify as sovereign citizens, a group that believes they are not bound by government laws, the Greys decided they would live freely, without interference from anyone. Their way of life was extreme by most standards. They lived without electricity, without running water, and without the everyday comforts many people take for granted. Instead of relying on the government or public services, they built their own systems, grew their own food, and taught their own children. Their farm became a world of its own, quiet, self-sufficient, and completely independent. For years, their off-grid lifestyle went unnoticed. But in 1999, everything changed. A confrontation with law enforcement officers put the family in the national spotlight. The authorities had come in response to legal issues tied to the family's refusal to follow state and federal laws, which the Greys rejected as part of their beliefs. What began as a quiet life off the radar suddenly exploded into headlines, debates, and public curiosity. The encounters sparked questions across the country. Who were these people living so far outside the system? Why did they reject the comforts and rules of modern life? Were they dangerous, brave, or simply misunderstood? As reporters and the public tried to understand the Grey family, their story became a symbol of rebellion, freedom, and the extreme lengths some people will go to in order to live by their own rules. When you think you've heard it all, stories like this leaves the mouth agape. Let's delve into the story of the tattooed toddler. Number 8. Tattooed toddler. Imagine this: a chubby little toddler, barely able to walk, covered head to toe in tattoos. Shocking, right? That's exactly what people thought when they first saw photos of Traylin, the one-year-old son of Shamika, a bold and creative fashion designer from the US. But hold on. Before you jump to conclusions, it's not what it seems. The tattoos? They're completely fake and totally harmless. Just temporary designs that wash off. Shamika, who's deeply passionate about tattoos, wanted to express her love for the art form in a fun and unique way. For her, these ink designs aren't just decoration, they're memories. Each temporary tattoo on her son's tiny arms and legs marks a special moment or chapter in his early life. It's her way of telling his story, one design at a time. Of course, not everyone is on board. Critics on social media were quick to attack, accusing Shamika of trying to make her baby look like a gangster or using him for attention. But Shamika stands firm. To her, tattoos are a language, a beautiful, bold way to speak without saying a word. And she believes she's giving her son something special, a colorful way to capture childhood memories. She's no stranger to ink herself with eye-catching tattoos on her neck and face. Her love for body art spills into her work as a designer too, where she creates daring clothes inspired by tattoo prints, fashion that turns heads and tells stories. Here is another family that has remained in isolation for decades, holding firm to their beliefs. Let's dig into the details. Number 7. The Lyov Family. Imagine a family so determined to protect their faith that they disappeared into one of the most unforgiving places on earth and stayed hidden for over 40 years. This is the remarkable true story of the Lyov family, Russian Orthodox Christians who, in the 1930s, fled deep into the vast frozen wilderness of the Siberian taiga. Faced with growing persecution under Soviet rule, they chose exile over compromise, carrying little more than their faith, some seeds, and a few tools. They vanished into the forest, building a humble log cabin in the remote mountains, far from any village or road. There, surrounded by wild animals, thick snow, and silence, the Lyovs lived without electricity, running water, or contact with the outside world. They wore clothes they made from hemp, ate whatever they could grow or forage, and read from the Bible by pine resin lamps. For decades, no one knew they existed, until 1978, when a team of Soviet geologists surveying the area by helicopter spotted signs of human life. Curious and cautious, the scientists made their way through dense forest and eventually stumbled upon the Lyovs' hidden cabin. What they found was astonishing. A family that had lived untouched by modern civilization, completely unaware of World War II, space exploration, or the fall of Stalin. The geologists' encounter with the Lyovs stunned the world. How had they survived so long in such harsh, isolated conditions? Why had they never tried to return? The answers reveal not just a story of survival, but one of unshakable faith, quiet resilience, and the extraordinary lengths to which people will go to protect what they believe in. Their tale remains one of the most fascinating and mysterious chapters of modern history, an inspiring reminder of the human spirit's ability to endure. How does it look, seeing some people with blue skin color? Weird? Let's talk about the blue people of Kentucky. Number 6. The Fugate Family. The Fugate family of Kentucky became famous for a unique and striking feature: their blue-tinted skin. This unusual condition was caused by a rare genetic disorder known as methemoglobinemia, which prevents the blood from carrying oxygen in the usual way. As a result, their skin took on a bluish hue, making them stand out among other families in the area. The Fugates lived in a remote part of Kentucky, in a region so isolated that they rarely had contact with outsiders. Over time, this isolation played a significant role in the persistence of their condition. Due to their limited social interactions, they tended to marry within their small community, which meant that the genetic trait responsible for the blue skin was passed down through generations. The condition became more pronounced as the family's bloodlines remained tightly intertwined, creating a distinctive genetic signature that set them apart. For many years, the Fugates were an enigma to their neighbors and to the medical world. The cause of their blue skin remained a mystery, and some local legends even described them as having mystical or otherworldly qualities. However, in the 1960s, a breakthrough in medical science provided clarity. Doctors finally identified the genetic disorder causing the blue skin and found ways to treat it. With medical intervention, the Fugate family's condition was addressed, and the blue tint began to fade. Today, the legacy of the Fugates lives on as an intriguing chapter in the history of genetics. Their story highlights not only the power of isolation in preserving rare genetic traits, but also the remarkable role of modern medicine in solving long-standing mysteries. The Fugates' once strikingly blue skin is now a thing of the past, but their story continues to captivate those fascinated by the wonders of genetics and the mysteries of human inheritance. Let's dig into the details of another family that seems to be affected by genetics and inheritance. Number 5. The Manorang Family. The Manorang family in Indonesia faces a unique challenge that has shaped their lives in profound ways. Their journey is marked by the rare condition called ectodermal dysplasia, which gradually alters their facial features over time. This condition affects the development of hair, skin, nails, and teeth, leaving its mark in ways that are visible to those around them. While many people may be curious or even uncomfortable with the differences they see, the Manorang family doesn't let society's reactions deter them. Instead, they embrace their individuality with remarkable strength and positivity. They understand that their appearance doesn't define who they are or the value they bring to the world. Over time, they have come to accept the changes in their bodies, choosing not to focus on what makes them different, but on what makes them strong and united. Rather than hiding from the world or allowing others' perceptions to hold them back, the family has made it their mission to educate those around them. They are passionate about raising awareness of ectodermal dysplasia, hoping to help others understand that differences, whether physical or otherwise, are not something to fear. Their goal is to foster empathy, kindness, and respect, teaching others that true beauty lies in our hearts, not just our appearance. The Manorang family's story is a powerful reminder of resilience. They have chosen to shine through adversity, showing others that it is not our external features that matter most, but the strength of our character and the love we share. Their unwavering commitment to embracing their uniqueness not only inspires those who meet them, but also challenges society to rethink how we define beauty and strength. Have you seen families with hypertrichosis? Let's delve into the story of the hairiest family on Earth. Number 4. The hairiest family in the world. Meet the Fajardo family from Mexico, a truly unique and remarkable group known for their extraordinary amount of body hair. This unusual trait is due to a rare condition called hypertrichosis, sometimes referred to as werewolf syndrome. It causes an excessive growth of hair all over the body, including the face, giving those affected an appearance that stands out from the norm. One of the most well-known members of this family is Jesus Manuel Fajardo Aceves, who has become something of a celebrity. His striking appearance has earned him appearances in various TV shows and documentaries, where his story captivates audiences. Hypertrichosis is a genetic condition, and in the case of the Fajardo family, it has been passed down through 4 generations. Doctors believe this condition is caused by an autosomal dominant gene, which means that it only takes one copy of the gene from either parent for the condition to be inherited. What makes their case even more intriguing is the rarity of the condition. There are fewer than 100 known cases of generalized hypertrichosis worldwide, and the Fajardo family has multiple members who are affected. Despite the curiosity, stares, and occasional judgment from the public, the Fajardo family proudly embraces their distinctive appearance. They challenge conventional standards of beauty and remind us all that true beauty comes in many forms. Their story teaches us to celebrate diversity, showing us that our differences should be embraced, not feared. Up next is a family that turns extra digits to strength. Let's dig into the stunning story of the Silva family. Number 3. The Silva family. In a remote village in Brazil, the Silva family has a fascinating and rare genetic trait that makes them stand out from the crowd. Many of them are born with polydactyly, a condition where individuals have extra fingers or toes. While this might sound unusual or even strange to some, the Silva family has embraced their unique characteristic and turned it into something extraordinary. Rather than viewing their extra digits as a burden or something to be ashamed of, the Silvas have found ways to make it work to their advantage. One of the most remarkable stories comes from a family member who has transformed their extra fingers into a competitive edge, excelling as a professional goalkeeper. These extra fingers give them a remarkable ability to make faster, more precise saves on the field. Their hands and feet seem to move in ways others can't, giving them a unique advantage over their opponents. This special skill has helped them rise to the top of their sport, showcasing how something initially seen as a challenge can become a strength. But the story doesn't end there. Polydactyly is a common trait within the Silva family, and many family members have used their extra digits to shine in various fields. Whether it's excelling in sports, music, or other creative endeavors, the Silva family has continuously shown that this genetic trait, often considered a flaw by society, can actually enhance their abilities and set them apart in extraordinary ways. In a world where differences are often seen as weaknesses, the Silva family serves as a powerful reminder that with determination and creativity, what makes us unique can become our greatest strength. Their story proves that sometimes The very thing that sets us apart can open doors to opportunities we never imagined. Just like an additional finger, extraordinary heights can look weird too. Let's delve into the details of the Trapp family, the tallest on Earth. Number 2. The Trapp family. The Trapp family from Minnesota has made history by becoming the tallest family in the world, officially recognized by the Guinness World Records. Standing tall with an average height of 6 feet 6 inches, these 5 siblings truly stand out in a crowd, towering over most people they meet. The youngest of the family, Adam, is a giant in his own right, measuring an incredible 7 feet 3 inches tall. Even their shortest sibling, Chrissy, is a remarkable 6 feet 3 inches tall. It's hard to imagine what it's like to be part of a family where everyone is so much taller than the average person. While their impressive heights have undoubtedly opened up many opportunities, they also come with their fair share of challenges. For example, fitting into cars or finding clothes that actually fit can be a real struggle for the Trapp siblings. But despite these obstacles, they have found ways to turn their height into a major advantage. Many of them excel in sports, particularly in basketball and volleyball, where being taller gives them a competitive edge. Several family members even play at the college level, using their towering stature to dominate on the court and field. Their story is one of both challenge and triumph, showing that while being different can come with difficulties, it can also unlock doors to incredible opportunities. The Trapp family has certainly made their mark, not just in the world of sports, but also in the record books. Another unusual family is one that has a weird clothing style. Let's talk about an aspect of the culture of the Raj family. Number 1. The Raj family, a life in red and white. For over 3 decades, the Raj family in India has followed a striking and heartfelt tradition that sets them apart from everyone around them. Every single day for the past 35 years, each member of the Raj household has worn only 2 colors, red and white. But this isn't just a fashion choice, it's a deeply spiritual practice rooted in a powerful dream that changed their lives forever. According to the family, it all began when the head of the family had a vivid dream in which a wise figure appeared and spoke of the powerful meanings behind the colors red and white. Red, he was told, represents strength, courage, and determination, qualities needed to face the challenges of life. White, on the other hand, stands for peace, purity, and inner calm. The balance needed to live a life of purpose and clarity. Waking up deeply moved by the dream, he made a decision that would shape the identity of his entire family. From that moment on, red and white would become not just colors, but a way of life. This commitment goes far beyond clothing. The family's home is decorated entirely in red and white tones, with matching furniture, curtains, and even kitchenware. Their cars, too, are painted in these symbolic colors, turning heads wherever they go. Over the years, their unusual but consistent style has sparked curiosity and admiration in their community and beyond. To the Raj family, this tradition isn't just about appearance, it's a reminder of their values. It's their way of carrying a piece of that dream into their everyday lives, inspiring others to live with meaning, unity, and a touch of boldness. Which of these 15 unusual families in the world did you find most bizarre? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.